Hey everyone, and welcome back. Sorry it's been a while since I've made a video. We were out of state for a week, and then I ended up getting pretty sick for a while, but doing better now, so thought it was time to make another video. I've got quite a few watches to catch up on, doing reviews for. This one's going to be a pretty quick one today. This is a watch that has already made the rounds, so to speak. There's plenty of reviews out there, but I just wanted to give my take on it and my opinion, and maybe some insight in a watch that's been discontinued that people that are maybe newer to the hobby didn't know about. So let's get right into it. It's, of course, for most people are going to know, it's a Seiko SARB035. This was a JDM watch along with the SARB033, and then of course the 017 Alpinist as well, and just a great line of watches. When these watches were out, they were they were the pre-Seiko Presage days, if that makes sense. So it was before that line really came out, and I shouldn't say it was before the line came out, but it was before it was marketed the way it is today. It seems like today you either have Seiko Prospex, Seiko Presage, and then it kind of goes up from there in terms of price and everything. But this was kind of, in my opinion, kind of the golden age of Seiko. You could get some of these awesome JDM model watches for most of the time is between $300 and $400. Prices, of course, have gone up now. This has been discontinued for probably 4, maybe 5 years now. So this is mainly, you're only going to be looking at used models, and typically you're going to pay around $500 or so, $500 to maybe $600 for one that's in very good condition. So let's get right into this. So it's a 38 millimeter watch, and has the 6R 15 movement in it. This one comes on a Uncle Seiko Jubilee bracelet. It's very comfortable. Now you will notice it is a stamped clasp, which normally, of course, I wouldn't like. There is an option to put it on a milled clasp and also solid end links. As you can see, this one hollow end links. So you might think, well, that's kind of that's not really an upgrade. But I can say the clasp and the bracelet that came on these watches, not the best. They did have a milled clasp, solid end links, but they were not. They didn't look they didn't look the greatest. It's just a pretty standard oyster style bracelet. So the Jubilee fits this SARB035 and then the black version, the 033, very well in my opinion. And the stamped clasp and the hollow end links just means the watch is lighter. That's the way I look at it. This watch is very comfortable to wear. So this is a cream dial watch. I remember looking at these before they were discontinued, and I thought, boy, I could never decide, and then I ended up just never picking one up. Then this one popped up locally for sale, so I jumped on it. I think if I were to buy one and wear it, and I think I would go for the black dial. It has a gloss black dial. This is a gloss cream dial, which sometimes it looked white, and I really wanted a cream dial when I was looking at these. I will say, for me personally, it's not quite the color I thought it was. So I don't know if this one will stay in the collection or not, but it was too interesting of a watch to pass up. So many levels, many different finishes on this one. Now this one is used, as you can see. It has a fair amount of scratches and everything on it, but brushing on top, a polished bezel, which a lot of people did not like because it does so easily scratch. But then there is just beautiful layering here, and then of course a high polish on the side, beautiful case shape, just curves around. Like I said, 38 millimeter case, not much lug to lug. I believe it's 44, 46 millimeters, somewhere in there. See-through case back, very nice. Let me get the camera to focus on the movement if I can. I know the lighting's not the best for this. Very nice engraved markings on the back. Made in Japan, DiaShock, 23 joules, Seiko, automatic, 10 bar, which is equivalent of about 100 meters water resistance. So very nice, very not just laser etched or anything. It's actually a nice, very nicely finished engraving on the back there. So 6R15, of course, now that has been replaced by, I believe it is the 6R35 with even higher power reserve. These, I believe, were around 52 or 55 hour power reserves. So manual wind and manual wind and hacking, of course. So you pull the crown out and it hacks. So most of you are going to be familiar with the 6R15, the 6R series of movements, kind of a more of a mid-grade Seiko movement, definitely a step up from the 4R series of movements. So I like this one on the Jubilee. It's very comfortable. This Jubilee is very lightweight, and the stamped clasp and everything doesn't really bother me. So let me put it on my wrist. Take this watch off. That is another watch that I have not reviewed yet, and I've been wearing it quite a bit lately. So looking forward to that one. Haven't worn this watch in a little bit now. Very nice size, as you can see. It's going to fit most people's wrists, big or small, in my opinion. It is obviously more of a dress watch. It does have some lume on the inner dial. I'm not going to show you just because I don't think it's the most important feature of this watch. It's a Seiko. The lume glows nice for a dress watch. So wears very nicely, and it's definitely a nice size, being 38 millimeters. So okay, sorry if there's a cut in the video there. My had some noise in the background that I had to wait. So anyway, let me pick up. What I was just getting at is it's just a very nicely proportioned watch. It's just a very nice size. The case is just beautiful. I mean, it's multi-layered, just very sharp edges, very, very nicely finished watch. There's watches that are many times this price point that miss some of these things. Nice signed crown there. I will say the only point of confusion, and please comment on this, I was always under the assumption that the crystal on all the SARB watches were sapphire. Now, they are not anti-reflective or anything like that. They're just a flat crystal. However, the box on this one, or excuse me, the tag on this one, it came with box and tags and everything, said SARB035 Hardlex. And I've heard that before. The Alpinist I had came with a tag and it said sapphire. So let me know if which one it is. I'm inclined to say that the tag was wrong because this watch was pretty heavily worn. I ended up doing, you can see there's more wear on the top here, but I ended up doing quite a bit of polish on this bezel here, and the crystal was perfectly fine. So it feels to me like it's more of that it's a sapphire, but again, either way, it's just a beautiful watch. Very nice. I would definitely recommend picking up either the 035 or the 033 on the secondhand market. Definitely worth it. Very nicely finished. As you can see, I'll get close here on the dial. All applied indices, including the Seiko logo, the needle style seconds hand, the I believe those are Dauphine style hour and minute hands. Very nice. Um, nice surround on the date there. The uh, the 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 date wheel is not color matched, which not to be expected, especially at this price range. It isn't going to bother most people, I don't think. And it's just a great watch. I would recommend a bracelet upgrade. I think it looks very nice on the Jubilee. I think it was kind of made for this bracelet personally. I don't mind this, as I said before. It makes it nice and lightweight, very comfortable watch to wear, and those are my thoughts on it. These JDM watches, this is kind of when I got into the watch hobby seriously. Is when these were kind of at the heyday. People were, starting to acquire them. You had to order them. Most of the time, if you bought them new, you had to find them through Japan. It seemed like in the later years, you could get them through some U.S. distributors, not necessarily authorized dealers, because the warranty was not applicable to out of anybody outside of Japan buyers that I'm aware of. So there was that little caveat. But it seems like lately they've made more models available in the U.S., so they're no longer JDM watches. And it kind of, to me, it takes a little bit of that specialness away from them. Let me know what you think about that. I think Seiko kind of, I think they kind of didn't play that quite right, but it seems like they're still selling plenty of watches, of course, so I'm sure that they are not too worried about that. But let me know your thoughts on that. The kind of, seems like the JDM market has gone down a little bit, at least for some of these more mainstream models. There's, of course, still JDM watches out there, but anyway, off topic. This was the SARB035. Should be cranking out some more videos soon. I've got plenty of watches still to review, so stay tuned for some more reviews. Thank you for watching.